and then they'll come back for a sleeping pod, which we'll talk about next, because I think that's one of our other best sellers is our sleeping pods. Because if you can't sleep, that's definitely, that'll change your life. To be able to get a good night's sleep, for me, I couldn't sleep for years until we tried our sleeping pods, and I swear by these things. They are amazing. We sleep with them every night, and I have a wonderful night's sleep because of this. So customers will come back and they'll get the sleeping pod. And then before you know it, it's like then they want the charge plates for their fridge, and they want pyramids. So we get these repeat customers, and what that tells us is that the products for them are working for them. We do get lots of emails, and we'll go through some of our customer feedback as well, but the products are working for folks out there, and that's why they're coming back and getting more, because they want to create a stronger and stronger protective environment with Orgone energy and the good ions that come from this as well. And it structures your water, it structures your food, but most importantly, it's the EMF blocking that's really making a huge difference. There's more and more EMF and 5G towers that are going up everywhere, and because of that, people are they're going online. They're trying to search for solutions. Like, what can I do? They're putting up a 5G tower in my neighborhood. I have Wi-Fi everywhere. I feel sick all the time. What do I do? And you look up EMF protection, and this is what you get is they're finding our videos, and they're trying something, and they're saying, this really works, and then they come back and they get more.
Yes, that's right.
So that's really, really helpful. So tell us about the sleeping pods.
Okay, so the sleeping pod is one of our top selling products. The sleeping pod is what you want to have if you have a hard time sleeping and you're sensitive to like the harmful effects of Wi-Fi. Now, a lot of us sleep in high rises, and we have cell phone towers around us. Even if we turn off all the equipment in our home, we have neighbors and their equipment is still on. So these fields still go through the body, and your body is very sensitive to these fields, and it can keep you up at night. What the sleeping pod does is provide a barrier protection around your body so that you can get a good night's rest. And the thing about the sleeping pod as compared to one of our charge plates here is it's a thicker product compared to the charge plate. It's also very portable. It fits in the palm of your hand, so if you're someone who travels a lot and on the go, if you're in a hotel, you can have this with you in your pocket, in your purse, or what have you. And because of its thickness, it's very strong. So you can have this on your body while you're asleep, or just kind of you touching it on the bed or under your pillow at night. And it takes these random harmful stray fields and it dampens the whole effect around your body, so your body doesn't get the impact as it would without this.
I have to tell you that these sleeping pods have really changed my life. I've spoken about this before. I was, your typical stressed out, corporate employee, and I had a really high stress job, and I had a lot on my mind. That plus going through the Wi-Fi. I was always living in some kind of a home that had Wi-Fi everywhere. Plus, I was in cities. I lived in cities, so I had like all this electricity. The power lines, they emit EMFs and all different things, right?
Yes, that's right.
So for those reasons, I was just never able to sleep. For years and years, I had sleeping problems. And I did it all. I didn't take like pharmaceutical sleeping pills, because that kind of creeped me out a little bit to take any kind of drugs like that. But I did take natural sleeping pills. I took things like melatonin and Calms Forte, and try to get enough magnesium. And I did the meditate yourself to sleep, or the sounds in the background. I did all of that, breathing exercises, to try to fall asleep at night, and absolutely nothing worked. And it was horrible, because basically I just wouldn't fall asleep until 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I couldn't get up, and then I didn't have enough sleep, and then the whole day you feel cranky. It lessens, like it really messes up your immune system. I would get colds a lot, all kinds of stuff just because I couldn't sleep. This solved my problem.
Yes.
I have other people, we have other customers that are writing to us telling us the same thing, that they're having the same thing. This solved my problem, and it's amazing. Now, the way that I use it is because it has a nice smooth surface. We did that on purpose. I actually I asked Tavon to make this for me. So that's where the sleeping pod came from.
Yes.
Because I said, look, I really love the way the pendant feels, but I want something that's really big and thick and powerful. Could you like design this smooth sleeping pod that I can just like hold right here while I'm falling asleep? And that's what I do. It's like, you know how you have a teddy bear when you're a kid, right? This is my teddy bear. Okay, but the thing is that this helps me fall asleep. Why? As soon as I feel it contacting my skin, especially if I put it right here, just before I fall asleep, I actually feel this. It's like a woof kind of feeling.
Yes.
There's an energy that happens when you put this up to you, and it's because of the orgone energy that's being emitted, the negative ions
That's right.
that are really good for you, that are right there. It's kind of like right in your center right here. Also, that's where the EMFs come in.
Yes.
And screw with your brain waves while you're trying to fall asleep. You get all these electronic signals that come from just think about it. Just stop right now, look in your home, and think about all of the electrical noises that you hear. You hear like the sound of the fridge, bzzz, right? And you hear and all these things when you're trying to fall asleep and you can't fall asleep, like the clock ticking, the fridge, if you have some kind of machine on, the printer, like whatever it is that makes like these electronic noises, it just emanates through the whole house, right? So these things get louder and louder when it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you're trying to sleep. So this thing has completely cured my insomnia. I've been using it for 3 years, I think. It's close to 3 years now. Since I've been using this personally. We started selling it
only the past year and a half.
Like a year and a half ago, but I've been using Orgone to help me sleep for about 3 years, and it's completely cured my insomnia. I have the best night's sleep ever, every single night until it's just wonderful. I mean, it's nice to go and say, look, my life used to be like this, and I could never sleep, and now I can finally sleep, and I'm cured from it. So that's my own personal testimony. Everybody will have their own, but the sleeping pods are very, very popular for that purpose.